So like I said, today will be mostly just talking. We'll talk philosophy. We'll talk about life. It's been 2 weeks since we've been on here, so we'll just get reacquainted with everything. And then I'll get back to all the film evals tonight. So like I got Berto's film, I got Emmanuel's film, I got Graham, Jappa, Logan, Ryan. All right, so I'm going to get all y'all. I'll get back to you in the next few days. We're not going to watch it tonight on Bean Talk, like I said. We got a special guest, Mo Jabby, you know the vibes.
Yeah, baby.
We out here in Atlanta training, going hard.
Yep.
Every day.
So Mo, also known as Swank, is Mo Sanu's nephew. He played at Rutgers last 4 years. 3 years?
4 years.
4 years, yeah.
Graduated there.
Played at Rutgers last 4 years. Now he's going to University of Albany next year. So he's going to talk about just like recruiting, transferring, training with me, all that kind of stuff. I just think it's a good kind of vibe to have y'all hear from and stuff. You want to start? Why don't you talk right now?
All right, bet.
So Mo gonna come on. If you guys got questions for Mo, like I said, you guys call him Swank, call him Mo. Like I talked about, he played at Rutgers for 4 years. Was a 3-star recruit in New Jersey. I'm gonna play with you in a second, Jay. All right. So any questions y'all got, get into them. Otherwise, just take them through like your recruiting story type of stuff. Any advice you got, like you know.
Jay, he gonna play with you.
I'm gonna play with you, Jay. Come on.
All right, yeah. Any questions? We got any questions? So,
yeah. Go through the story.
Nah, my name is Mohamed Sanu. I'm from South Brunswick, New Jersey. I went to South Brunswick High School from 2012 to 2016, and then from there at South Brunswick, I started off actually. I played football my whole life. As y'all know, Mo is my uncle, so I played football my whole life. You know, always wanted to be a ball player, always wanted to be like Mo. I've always been around him growing up. It's more like my brother, so, it's just been an honor to have him as my mentor and my best friend, to be able to get me, learn from him every day. But I started off, I wanted to be, like, in high school, I was, like, my freshman year, I was a DB and, like, a slot running back. We ran a triple option. So my freshman year, I'm playing. I move up to varsity. We win states or whatever. I didn't contribute like that crazy, but, we still won a state championship, and I was on varsity as a freshman. So, it was dope. And then my sophomore year comes, I start playing safety. I'm start hitting, I'm coming out crazy, you feel me? Corner and safety. They ended up moving me to safety that year. Second game of the season, my sophomore year. First play of the game, I break my right wrist against Monroe Township. Boom. I'm like, damn, all right. So it's like tough, going into it. It's tough. I'm like, damn. I saw that catch. That was a great one, Jay. It's tough. It was tough going into that. I'm like, damn, this adversity. Oh, all right,
Yeah, what's your question?
I got a question right now, actually. What are some ways to get recognition from varsity coaches?
Yeah, there you go. Talk about, like,
what do you mean by, like, varsity?
Talk about,
you mean, like, varsity college or varsity, like...
So talk about, let's say you're a sophomore trying to earn a varsity spot in high school. Yeah. How would you earn that spot? And then talk about how you get noticed as a recruit.
Well, I'm going to go from my experience. So basically getting noticed, to get noticed, to get noticed, to be on varsity and you're a young boy, you have to go on scout team. You have to make a name for yourself against the varsity starters. So when you're making a name against the varsity starters, then the coach is going to be like, yo, who is this kid? And he's going to keep an eye on you. And either when someone that is playing messes up and you've been working your tail off on scout team and you get that opportunity and then you take it and run with it, or or some people take scout team as a joke and they play around and they think it's like, oh, it's whatever, like I'm on scout team, like coaches don't care about me. Like, no, coaches look at that. Like, yeah, I'm not saying be a scout team All-American because there's certain times when you're supposed to go hard in scout team and certain times when you're not. You got to be a smart practice player at the end of the day. So, if you really want to get your coach's attention, you gotta, whatever workouts he's hosting, I know they have workouts, morning workouts, whatever it is, you gotta go to those. You gotta try to be a leader, and then you gotta, you just gotta continue to just be wherever he is and try to learn from the older guys And when you're in, I know some schools have camps. Try to go to all those camps, like the school camps, the high school camps or whatever, not the college camps. Clearly, I'm not talking about that yet, but
That was dope.
yeah.
Talk about getting recruited. That was a great answer. Talk about getting recruited. Talk about how you had a crazy recruiting process. You
Yes,
just told me today. How, like your last offer was Rutgers and all that. Like, talk about that process and any advice you got for guys going through that.
My recruiting process was kind of different. It's different from a lot of these guys that you see that had all these offers and, took all these visits. My recruiting process was different. So I'm from South Brunswick, New Jersey, and knowing my uncle went to Rutgers, he was the man at Rutgers, and I used to be there every week. I used to go to all the home games and away games. I would travel with my family, with my mom, my dad, and my little sisters at the time when they were born, and we would go to all his games. So, like, growing up, I always wanted the Rutgers offer. And so it was my going into my junior year, but it was the end of my sophomore year. I transformed into a complete receiver. I was doing everything I could to be a receiver. I was learning everything I could from Mo. I was going harder than ever, learning to be a receiver, leading up to this camp. So this camp comes around. Mind you, I have no film at receiver, no anything, because I told you previously I broke my wrist and I was playing DB. So I completely transformed into a receiver. I'm of course they know me as Mohamed Sanu's nephew, but that doesn't mean anything at the end of the day, because if I can't play, I can't play. So that was going on, and the camp comes around, and I just bawled, Like
bloody nose story.
He wants me to give him the bloody nose story. Okay, so it was at the Rutgers camp. I get a bloody nose. I get hit in the nose, right? During one-on-ones. I get hit in the nose. My nose is leaking blood. So I'm going to go sit out for a second so they look at my nose. As this is going on, Coach Flood was the head coach of Rutgers at that time. He's going, and he's looking for me. So he's like, where's Jobby? And then he sees me. He's like, Jobby, come on. But he doesn't realize I have a bloody nose. And then he realizes it. So they put this little white tube in my nose. I'm still leaking of blood. I hop up right in front of the Rutgers football head coach right now. This is my moment. They put me against the best DB at the camp. They gave me a go route. I hit them off at the line. They throw the deep ball, and I come down with it. And right then when I snagged it, I knew for a second, like, yo, I got my Rutgers offer just now. Like, through what I just did, like, I got my Rutgers offer. And after the camp, the recruiting coordinator came up to me, and he was like, Coach Flood wants to see you in his office. So from there, they offered me, and a couple months went by. In the middle of my junior season, I just I was in school one day, and I was just chilling, and I just had a feeling. I was like, yo, I'm done. Like, I'm done with this recruiting process before it even starts, because I know where I want to go. So I committed to Rutgers on the spot. So, let's see. Any other questions?
You been out here telling the stories today.
Yeah,
really.
I know. What's your advice for international
I'll talk
guys?
about that one. You don't have much advice on that.
Yeah, I don't.
What else you got? What type of stuff are you trying to improve on? Talk about that.
Okay, what type of stuff are you trying to improve on in this offseason? That's a great question. What I'm trying to improve on is my eye discipline, because sometimes I lack eye discipline. I trust my hands too much at times, and I will catch without looking, so I try to do that. I'm trying to fix my hand placement on me catching the ball. I'm trying to fix my trigger steps. I'm trying to fix my foot placement on my top of my routes. I'm trying to fix my releases. I'm just building a whole new human. Honestly. I'm just building a whole new human. And I got to improve on everything if I want to make it to the NFL. There's no what am I going to improve on. I want to improve on everything. I want to be a complete wide receiver. I want to be able to catch a deep ball. I want to be able to I want to be able to hit someone off on a slant and take it 80. I want to be able to blow by someone and catch a deep ball. And I want to be able to run a curl and get out in 3 steps. So that's what I'm improving on. I want to be able to make every catch If it's in my range, 2 people on me, 3 people on me, I want to make every catch. I want to be like Mohamed Sanu and Larry Fitzgerald when it comes to catching the ball. That's what I'm trying to improve on. What's my favorite release? Oof. My favorite release. The double up.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
It works every time. Every time you use it correctly and every time you use it the right way, it works every time. And this guy right here is the best teacher at it. And I don't care what anyone says. So you guys continue to watch and learn from him because he is building some mutants right now.
Yup.
He is building some mutants right now. He has a lot of contribution in building some mutants right now. And he's still taking the time out of his day to do this for you guys. He's the realest. So y'all continue because he gonna make each and every one of y'all better through a phone. There's not a lot of people that would do that. So y'all remember that. What's the biggest thing you've learned from Mo as a mentor? The biggest thing I learned from Mohamed Sanu as a mentor, I've learned everything. He's taught me everything. Like, so there's not no biggest thing because from the day that I was born, he was by my side. We lived together from me growing up. Every day we lived together until he moved off to college. So I was with him everywhere he went. My parents would not allow him to go anywhere without me. So I went to every practice. So he taught me how to live life. He taught me, that's the biggest thing that he did. He taught me how to live life as a mentor. That's what it was. What do you do on a daily basis to challenge yourself mentally? I try to break through when things are hard every day. Every day is a challenge. It's a challenge for you to wake up and go work out. It's a challenge for you to, while you're working out, to keep going even though you're tired. I try to challenge myself and I try to push myself to the limit. So when it's fourth quarter, 2 minutes left, and it's hot as hell, first game of the season, but we need a play from me on 3rd and 7, and we don't have a timeout, and we're on the ball right away. So I'm trying to challenge myself for that. Did y'all go to the same high school? Yes, me and Mo did go to the same high school. We went to South Brunswick High School. Advice for smaller receivers? Any advice for smaller receivers? I mean, I'm 6 foot, like 190, 195. I played at 198. I want to be 190, 195 because I don't like to be near 200, honestly. But advice for smaller receivers, I just say continue to work on your craft and try to be as precise as possible, because they're going to look for any little since you're already small, they're going to look for any little thing to critique you at. So you have to be good at catching the ball. You have to be good at running routes. You have to be good at releasing. You have to be good at blocking. It's not just, okay, he's small. Like, when they see he's small, they're like, okay, what can he bring to my table, though? Yeah, he's small, but can he can outrun a lot of people. He can catch the ball, and he's unguardable at the line. If someone is like that, I would take a small receiver over a big receiver that is, he can't really catch, but he's 6'4". Nah, I don't want that. I want someone that's going to catch the ball all the time and it's always going to be open. Whether if you're 6'4" or 4'4". And I'm not talking about the 40. I'm talking about 4'4" to height. Any advice for walk-ons? I'm trying to walk on at UWF, a D2 school. Advice for walk-ons. If I were to have advice for walk-ons, the biggest advice I were to have, because speaking from experience and seeing how people treat walk-ons, they treat walk-ons like, even coaches, like, they will try to treat walk-ons like, yo, like, he's a walk-on. Nah, you got to make sure that you're going hard every day and you're busting Can I curse on here? You're busting every motherfucking ass every day. You're busting every motherfucking ass every day. Every scholarship player. It don't matter. You have to be the man in the room. And it don't and you can be your own you can become a leader even if you're a walk-on. So don't think just because you're a walk-on, you're automatically no. If you make a name for yourself, they're gonna put you on that field. Because there's coaches that really will put the best 11 players on that field. And if you're not and if you're a walk-on or not, you still got to ball. So it doesn't matter whether you're a walk-on or not. You really just got to go out there and ball. And if you're a walk-on, you have to have that bigger chip on your shoulder because scholarship players are kind of at an advantage because they're getting their school paid for. How is it being around with such an athlete and becoming a better baller too? Let me think. That's a good question. How is it being around such an athlete and becoming a better baller too? Honestly, I think it's a blessing. If this is how I think the question is supposed to be asked, I think it's a blessing. I think I'm truly blessed that I'm in this position that I am in today. And I think that there are not a lot of people that are in the position that I am today. And there are people that have made it out of nothing. And I have a platform. I have a blueprint on how to make it. So I have to put myself in that situation so I can make it. And if I don't, then I really feel that I'm a fuck up. So it's a good thing, but it's a bad thing at the same time. Not because I'm trying to compare myself, but because I want to be great and even greater. I want to be better. And he always pushes me to be better. So it's like he's giving me the blueprint on how to make it, and he didn't have the blueprint on how to make it. So why can I make it? We have the same blood. Why can I make it? What's the difference? He's helping me. So if I don't make it, I think that I'm a fuck up. That's just how I put it. What's a good diet? Don't ask me on what's a good diet. I had donuts today. I'm sorry. I'm just going to be real with you.
Diet's one thing we try to fix for a little swing right here.
Yeah, that's one thing. Honestly, I'm trying to fix my diet. Everyone even knows that. My girlfriend is actually trying to help me fix my diet the most, and I don't want to. How many footballs do you catch a day? Footballs or all balls? No, like that. Because I catch tennis balls and footballs. And then I catch Hiko sticks. So, footballs a day, minimum 500. Minimum. Because I'm counting to 500. But then after 500, I stop losing count. Minimum 500 a day. And over tennis balls, easily over 1,000 tennis ball catches because they're so easy. And I consider me bouncing a tennis ball on the ground and catching it is a catch. Because you're training your eyes to catch. And I've learned that from some great people. So, yeah. They said spot on, and then he said laugh my ass off. I'm trying to fix mine too. Is having I'm not here to make friends mindset a good mindset for a walk-on? Yes, it definitely is, 100%. You don't need to be anyone's friend. It's a good mindset for anyone. If you become a baller, everyone will become your friend. That's how you got to think of it. You don't need any friends going in anywhere. And that's just me being real. I'm going to Albany for my 5th year, and I'm living by myself. I don't want a roommate. I'm having a 1-bedroom apartment, and I'm living there by myself for my last year. I'm going to get my master's, and I'm going there to ball. I don't want to have friends. Yeah, of course I'm going to make friends along the way. We're human. Like, come on. But friends are going to come along the way. If you're doing what you're doing and you're balling, friends are going to come along the way. Because you're going to find someone that's doing the same shit that you on, and you gotta connect yourself to that. You don't want to be trying to fit in, and then you fit in with the wrong crowd, and then you realize that these group of people are not on shit. So, what is something that you look for in a receiver coach? Also, what is a red flag for a coach? What is something that I look for in a receiver coach? That's a great question. My top 2. How smart are you as a coach? And my second is, what's your experience? Have you played? Because, yeah, you can watch a lot of film, and how I think of it is, yeah, you could watch a lot of film and this and that, but if you've never been out on the field at all, it's kind of, and we already don't have a relationship like that, it's kind of hard for me to trust what you're saying, because it's like you've never felt the trenches. Because being in that football field is a war zone, and if you're not on that football field, then it's hard for you to relate. So that's what I look for, I think. How many days you be working out? I work out every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Repeat.
All right, keep going. You can tell your story too.
What kind of goals do you have daily, weekly, and monthly?
What is that?
I had to read it again. Hold on. What kind of goals do you have daily, weekly, and monthly? So you want to know what my daily goals are? Like, one of my daily goals is to catch 500 balls a day, minimum. So that's a daily goal. A weekly goal is, I don't have a weekly goal.
I would say a good weekly goal is like to improve one part of your game every week. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, something like that.
Yeah, okay. Okay, if you put it like that, then yeah. I never thought of something as a weekly goal. And then, what was the last goal? Monthly? I don't know. I never thought of goals monthly.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's good.
Because I try to work on, I just take it day by day. So, like, if I stack the days, I know obviously I'm going to keep getting better and better. So that's
I think goal setting is pretty individual. You know?
Yeah.
Like, some guys need those weekly goals and those checklists. Other guys just get their work done every day and let it build up. Like, I think that shit is pretty individual to you. Yeah, what else do we got?
Yeah, they got some questions from me, you know?
Oh, bro.
I thought I wasn't going to get no questions. I ain't
You've
even
been
going to lie
killing
to
it,
you.
bro. This is one of the best. You've been killing it.
How do you build a relationship with your coaches? Is it essential? I feel my coaches are too far from their players.
He's from JP from Brazil.
Okay.
So it's probably a little different in Brazil, but go ahead, answer that.
How do I build my relationship with my coaches? I try to be as coachable as possible. I try to be open-minded all the time because I don't know everything, and clearly they're a coach for a reason. So I try to listen to what they say, regardless, even if I think they're wrong or not. And being coachable is going to build a relationship with you and that coach regardless, because a coach doesn't want to have a good relationship with a player that's not coachable. So I feel like building a relationship is just basically being as coachable as possible.
Russ said, tell us something about Drew that no one knows. How is he as a coach?
Okay, so tell us something about Drew that no one knows. Drew, he's a great coach, okay? I'm going to start that one. That's the first part of it. Drew is a great coach. He is the first, like, Instagram receivers coach, and it's, like, actually amazing, and I've never seen something like it. I think he's a great coach. I think that he knows what he's doing. Oh, good night, Jay. I love you.
Jay. See you, Jay.
I love you, dude. I'll see you tomorrow morning, okay?
Later, bro.
Yeah, I think he's a phenomenal coach. I think he knows exactly what he's doing. I think he knows exactly how to explain it for others to understand easier. Because a lot of people just like to say, a lot of coaches like to use the same terminology, and if you don't understand their terminology, then it's like, oh, you're dumb. No, that's not the case at all. It's like, sometimes it's harder for people to understand some things. So, like, Drew likes to put shit into perspective of real life for me to relate and like understand, okay, this is what I got to do in this drill. Like yesterday, for example, yesterday we were working out and we were doing releases, and he's like, and I'm doing them, but I'm like, I'm not really doing them. Like I'm doing them too hard. Like, you know, I'm trying to go so hard. Like I'm trying to release so hard. And he's like, yo, it's like basketball. Like when you see a basketball player, you don't see them trying to cross somebody up mad hard. Like they not going to cross nobody up going that way. And then as soon as he said that, it clicked in my head. And you can ask Drew to this day. Ever since he said that, my releases have been better. Even though it's been one day. But, I mean, I'm still working on it. Like, I was in my room late at night while they're inside. And I'm in my room just working on my releases 1, 2. Like, bored. But I'm still doing it, you know? So...
Jet.
And one thing that no one knows about him is that he's ugly. People think he's ugly. He's very ugly and he's mean. He's very mean. He's a mean person, and he's a mean person, and me and him don't get along. I hate him. Like right now, I'm telling y'all everything I just said to y'all is a lie. I hate him. It's like, nah.
Japa, like the Brazilian player of the year, bro. Like the best
for
receiver
real?
in Brazil. Yeah, he's cold as fuck, bro. He's raw as hell.
For
bro.
real?
I swear to God, he's like literally the best player in Brazil, bro.
Oh, that's so fire. Did you catch yourself some moments during games/workouts when you're thinking too much, when you kind of can't shut down your thoughts and play?
Japa's a huge overthinker. He overthinks everything. He forgets to make the game fun. Like, he's a great player, but you know what I mean? He like wants it almost too bad. You're like that a little bit.
Yeah, no, we could definitely relate. I'm one bad thing about me, and I think I like to be too perfect. I think I want to be too perfect. So, like, I'll drop a ball, and that shit will still be on my mind. Like, fuck, I can't believe I dropped one ball. And it's still on my mind. Damn, I can't believe I dropped that ball. Damn, I can't believe I dropped that ball. How I dropped one ball? Damn, how the fuck I dropped one ball? It's still on my mind. Next play come out. Next couple plays come out. The ball come to me again. I'm still thinking about that last play. Like, damn, how I dropped that ball. Now the ball coming to me. Now I'm thinking, okay, do I catch it like this? Do I catch it like that? Do I catch it with my body? Boom, I dropped the ball again. Damn, now it's 2 balls. Now I'm still trying to learn to say, fuck it. Like, fuck that. Okay, on to the next play. Let's go. Like, okay, I dropped one ball, but like, what? Why would I drop that ball? Like, I'm better than that. Now I know next ball I'm not dropping that. So it's just all about how you think of things. It's all about a mindset thing. Instead of being so down on yourself, try to be positive. Because if you're so down on yourself, it's going to affect your game. Because football, honestly, is 90% neck up. You can have it all right here. You can have it all. You can do whatever you want to do. But if you go out there on your field and you have too much on your mind, it's over for you. It's over for you. You're not going to be able to play. They're going to call a play, trips right. You're going to be the X. They're going to call the play, trips right. You're going to be like, damn, do I line up on the left or right? But you the X. You know you line up on the left and trips right. So it's like, you gotta just find, it's within yourself. I can't give you advice on it because it's really within yourself, because I'm still trying to find it within myself. There's times where I don't do it and there's times where I do it. So you gotta really find what gets you in that zone to be like, nah, okay, I dropped the ball, fuck it. Next ball, I'm not dropping this motherfucker. I'm catching this and I'm taking it 80. So, yeah. Always had that half full glass mindset.
Yeah, that's fire.
Definitely. My mouth dumb dry.
Yeah, no, you good. Appreciate you. That was fire.
No doubt. I did what I had to do. Thank you, guys. Swink. I'm gonna type my name in. Yeah, please hop on.
Hop on with Kahari.
Boom. How you pin it? Boom.
All right, y'all. So I'm on for a little bit longer. We got like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. This Kahari Lane. He's a JUCO quarterback. He played at Arizona. Another guy who can kind of share some of the transfer thoughts and kind of working hard. We're going to talk some coverage stuff, actually, is what we're going to try and talk right now. And then we're going to continue some coverage stuff when y'all are gone. But if you guys got questions for me right now, leave it on. Good to hear from Swanks, bitch ass.
Facts, you know the vibe. Big Swank shit. Boop, boop, boop.
But yeah, we got like I said, we got like 10, 15 more minutes. If you guys have film that you sent in to get evaluated today, email it. And I'll get to you this week. And then, Mo's a really nice guy. Both Mo's are really nice guys.
Which Mo? I'm the nice Mo. The other Mo is
King Manny said, when you be practicing catching, do you think catching pads is better than doing it without pads? I think that catching a football is catching a football, but at some point catching it with pads on helps because it's definitely a little bit different.
It's definitely a little bit. It's definitely.
But, like, you know, if you can catch, you can catch. But for sure, it's harder to, like, get full extension with your pads on, shit like that. So... The shirt is from Urban Outfitters. A lot of y'all were hyped about this shirt today. All right, but let's start with... So we talked about enough of like this. Let's start... I'm just going to throw you under the fire. All right, start talking about coverages. So again, Kari played quarterback at Arizona. I know all y'all want to talk coverages. Let's hear from a D1 quarterback. We're just going to start with like his basic understanding. So let's talk like pre-snap. What are you looking at? As far as coverages, like what's your checklist going through your mind?
Pre-snap, I'm checking alignment by the corners.
Can you hit this light?
Yeah. Corners, linebackers, and safeties, and I'm also looking at their eyes. So their eyes are gonna tell me whether I got man coverage or zone coverage.
I like that.
If his eyes are looking at me, most likely he's bailing out and playing into a zone area. If he got man eyes, which his eyes are locked on the receiver, then he's gonna be covering that man the whole time of the play.
What things in the alignment? You say you look at the alignment of the corners, safeties, linebackers. Like what things you looking for? That's what we're gonna talk about after this.
Okay, so yeah, linebackers with apex between 2 and end man of the line of scrimmage. DBs would line up accordingly based on what they would have to do with funneling the receiver to the safety. So if their job is to funnel the guy inside to the safety, so possibly on a cover 2, he would probably line up outside, open up and funnel him right to the safety, not letting him get outside of him because that's the weak part of the zone. Cover 3 also he would funnel him to the safety because it's one safety high and he's responsible for both hashes. So you just try to find little tweaks. It can be tricky because those things don't always be right, but you just try to find something to give you a great guess of what it could be. And
talk about that week to week. Like I talk about them all the time. We talk about like coverage triangle, how like the linebacker, the safety, the corner to your side give you those indicators, right? Where that triangle is. But like that shit varies week to week. So talk about some like the week to week adjustments you make. Like, hey, I'm reading Arizona State's cover 3 versus Washington's cover 3. Like, what are some of those conversations you guys have?
It's also based off the defense. So you could get a 3-3 defense or 4-4, which is mostly single safety, or 4-3, 3-4. It varies by the defense, and that then tells you whether you got a true cover 3 or 3 match, or 4 match, 4 special. It varies like a lot, and so basically you just gotta study film hard. That way you know what you're gonna get from the team, and also a good indicator of what you could get is how many guys are in the box or how many guys are underneath in the coverage. So if you got 4 guys underneath, most likely you'll get 1 safety high. 5 guys in the box, probably 2 safeties, and 6 in the box, 1 safety as well.
That's dope, and this is cool because it's a little different than how we talk about it, but it's cool hearing it from your level of detail. Talk about now for them, most of these guys are receivers. What do you expect your receivers to know? Like, what things you talking to your receivers about on the sideline? Like, what do you feel like they need to know to be able to communicate with you the right way?
They need to know coverages, because then you know how to get open, where you need to be. That way we're on the same page. I feel like it's a big part of everybody studying film. And when it comes to press and man and stuff like that, you got to be able to have good releases, good feet, and I got to be able to rely on you to know to get to your spot. So that's just one thing. Just be reliable. Yeah,
facts. What things like coverage wise? Like, let's say you're coming out, you're playing Arizona State and they're playing something a little bit differently than you thought they'd be playing. Like, how do you guys make that adjustment mid game? Like, You know, like what is? Yeah. Like talk about that a little bit.
Well, hopefully, whatever the change up was, you don't make a mistake, and then you get a chance to go regroup and say, all right, now we know what they're doing. But I think we would just have to find something that would be a safe play, like maybe a good run or RPO. That way we can pick on a defender on that certain play, so we don't get caught into an interception or a turnover or something like that.
And I guess, like, you know, I guess what things do you talk about with your receivers during the week to keep them on the same page? Like, try and think of this as like you're talking to a group of your receivers right now. Like, what do you want them to know about coverages, or what are the things that you're talking to them about coverages during the week specifically?
I want them to know the guys they're going against. What are their weaknesses? Do this guy like to jump routes? You know, is he a heavy zone guy, heavy man? Is he good in man? Does he press bail? I want you to know all of that. You got to know the guy you're going up against as well as I do. So, you know, mid-game, we can know when to go double moves or when we can take a shot on a guy. And then, you know, study the zone, study how he plays the zone. Everybody's different. Maybe he's a little heavier on his own, or maybe he's getting out of there super quick and we could take a lot of hitches and comebacks and stuff like that.
Facts. I guess talk more now about that, like, specificness. Like, maybe when you're watching film, you see a DB, like, oh, I want to take advantage of that guy. Right? What are those things you might see on film that alert that?
Well, me, I'm a believer that you can go at anybody. So if that throughout the week on film, they're giving this guy a lot of one-on-one stuff, I'm thinking like, yeah, that's the guy we're going to take a shot at, because somebody got to go at him, you know. He can't just think he's just invincible over there. And also, you can tell by the way they play on play-action plays or run fakes, you can tell if they're shooting in very fast, or if the eyes in the backfield, you know, like, okay, I can play action, maybe double move this guy. You know, just looking for ways to score. So I pay attention to details a lot, watching film like a lot, and rerunning the plays a lot to make sure I see what I think I'll get in the game.
Yeah. I think that's cool. And I think as you guys listen to this, right, like it's Kahari's job is much harder than y'all's job as far as understanding coverages, but I think that, like, you know, a lot of this shit is like kind of common sense. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like he's not saying you got to come off the field knowing like he was 7.5 yards off, standing at a 12-degree angle. Like, try to make this too complicated. It's very much like, yo, I feel like I could beat him. Yo, I saw this on film and he's flat-footed here. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's those type of things. So just so y'all, I think I just want you guys to hear this from a D1 quarterback and kind of hear, you know, how he communicates. Talk about during the week. Like, there's always those plays during the week that you know, like, yo, we're looking for this play versus this look, and we're going to hit it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, like, talk about those a little bit, how, like, you prepare your receivers for that. You know, it might be a shot play where you're like, oh, if we get them in this cover, it's going to be a touchdown. Yeah. Or, like, talk about that a little bit, like game plan for specific plays.
Basically, we'll know by formation, studying film the whole week. So you'll know how they're going to line up. And then we know, like, of course, the offensive coordinator have drawn up plays that'll work against that coverage or so. So I think we just do a good job during the week of perfecting that. And if they don't like it, they're going to stretch it out. But if we're doing a great job at it, we'll get it most likely during the game.
Yeah. And I think, like, with that, like, you guys got to understand, right, is that there's always those plays that coaches and quarterbacks draw up with the intent of beating a specific coverage. And you guys as receivers, you got to make those plays go leading up to that, right? Like, I got to make every run play look like a pass play so that the play-action pass works. Yeah. I got to make this shit look the same so that, you know what I mean? So, like, as you guys, like, it's important to be under the same page with the quarterback. Like, yo, what is this play we're looking to hit in the third quarter? Oh, bet we're looking to hit the double Okie out, whatever the fuck it's called. Like, I better be setting that play up with everything else I'm doing.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, like you said, everything should look the same, even with the route detail. Everything should look alike until it's not. They should know it's an out until it's actually an out or a slant or a dig or a post. You shouldn't be changing up nothing. Everything should look like a go route until you break it off. So,
you ever heard me say everything's a fade till it's not, or you just came up with that?
No. I just
see,
know.
Yo, that's how you know, yo. Nah, I always say everything's a fade till it's not.
Yeah,
but that's it. Like, exactly what you just said. You said everything, it should be an out until it's not, or it should look like a go ball. That's huge. Trying to think what else. Like, if you guys got other questions, again, from like a quarterback's perspective, shoot those down. I'm trying to think what else, like what other value we can get. Talk a little bit about, talk a little bit more about like that reliability, or from the reverse. You know what we get a lot? How do you build a rapport? How do you build chemistry with your quarterback? Talk about it the reverse. Like, how do you build chemistry with your receivers? What do you want receivers to do with you to build chemistry?
It can't just be in practice, guys. Somebody said.
Yeah. How do you build a plan when all footage is pretty? We'll talk about that. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah. It can't just be in practice. You got to get time outside of practice. And, like, I'm a big believer of getting out there super early, getting some work in with the guys before practice, and as well as after practice. But I feel like it's not a limit of hard work that you can do. Because the more you work on the stuff, the more you get to know your guys. That's how you build a chemistry. You know where your receiver going to be, and you know how the quarterback wants to put the ball, you know. And that's how you build it. And that's when you see guys like the Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams chemistry. Like, you know, they work on that stuff. It doesn't just happen magically. Like, they work on that, and that's how you become the favorite target, I guess you could say.
I have a young QB who has trouble leading the wide receivers. How can we fix that? That's a great question.
So as a young guy, I think you got to get him to understand what exactly his job is, because at this point he's probably shy, you know, not really. He's probably his first time playing with some older guys like this. So you just get him to build a bond with the guys outside of just football, I think, and that way he'll understand what his role is, what his job is, and how he can lead those guys. And that's just building chemistry overall.
Come say what up. You got the VIP group on here.
Look at these niggas. VIP who?
You stupid, yeah.
Who the fuck? What's good, niggas? What y'all on? I got some QB questions for you. QB questions? What y'all need to learn? What they need to know? What they talking about? That one is good one. What the young quarterback.
You said, if you're a young quarterback, how do you have trouble leading the receivers? What advice y'all got?
Well, as a young quarterback, when you're trying to lead receivers, you got to find a connection, right?
How do you build a connection with your quarterbacks?
I mean, obviously, for a quarterback to a receiver, the one thing that you have in common is you got to throw the nigga the ball, and the nigga got to catch the shit. So you got to understand why he want the ball. Like, what's his purpose? Like, what he trying to do, right? You got to understand what type of player he is, what he do, his mindset. You got to understand who's who. Like, each player is different. Like, the way I handle shit is different than the way another player may handle something. What's good, JP? What's good, Nick? So I would say, like, it all comes from the stem of just building that common ground, understanding, like me and Hari relationship. Like, we know each other. Like, Hari know, like, how I move, and I know how Hari move. And it's just, like, I don't have to say shit to him. But it's just off of reps, off of, like, I look at him like, yep. Like, let's go. You ready, Hari? Let's go. But it's all about just understanding each other. Once you get that common understanding and hanging around each other, being around each other, that's how you build relationship, build confidence. Like our relationship goes deeper than just football, you know what I'm saying? So, like, when it comes to football, that football shit's just easy because your relationship. So what I would say is just hang around your teammates, spend time with them, and just once you hang around and spend time with them, understand who they are, what drives them, what fuels them, you understand, like, how to get that person going, how to, like, hey, you know, that person not feeling it today, like, hey, bro, like, what, like, hey, I got you, like, come on, or, like, you know what I'm saying, just little shit, like, go a long way. That's the relationship between quarterback and receiver. And at the end of the day, like, just throw the nigga the ball. Shit. You throw me the ball and catch the bitch.
Facts. What else I got for y'all?
If you don't throw it, I ain't going to catch it.
If you don't throw it, ain't gonna get caught.
Mo, how do you read coverages?
How do I read coverages?
Yeah.
For me, it's like, I just read my near triangle. So the way I look at it is like wherever I'm at, if I'm in the slot or I'm outside, right? So if I'm on the left side of the field, I'm inside, I'm on the slot, I read where the linebacker is, the corner is, and the safety is. So if I know if I'm in the slot and I know the corner's out here, the safety's over top of me, and there's a linebacker inside of me, I know it's some type of 2 high. Now I know if I know the linebacker's out here and the corner's out here and the safety's out there, it's in the middle of the field, I know it's some type of 1 high, man, the zone. But you see how everything's a triangle, right? So the safety goes that way, boom, boom. What kind of triangle is that? Y'all should know. So it's a cube, right?
Yep.
It's cute. So you go from that, boom, and then out here, what type of triangle is that? Isosceles, whatever the case may be. But it's always looking at your generic triangle. So first I stand for him. All right, if there's a linebacker inside me, I know the nigga got help. He don't got help inside. You know what I'm saying? If I know the linebacker's outside me, he ain't got no help outside. So where you trying to stretch it? Always wherever you see they are, that's where their help isn't. So if you
say it again, wherever you see they are, that's
wherever
where
you see they are, that's where their help isn't. Where their initial lineman is, if he's standing inside you, that means he ain't got no fucking help inside him. He's standing outside you, that means he don't got no help outside you. So he's trying to funnel you to the help. So I always read wherever. Now if you playing on the outside, the same thing goes. Now where it comes to like if the corners outside, the safety's outside the hash, then I know, all right, he's trying to help over top with the corner.
Yep.
Now I know the safety's inside the hash. I know, okay, now the help is coming from underneath, from the linebacker. Hence, that's why the linebacker is standing outside whoever's in the slot, so he can buzz out and help anything underneath. 9 times out of 10, ain't no corner out there one-on-one. The nigga get help inside, outside, wherever. So wherever y'all see him, that's where he is. Like wherever y'all see the man, that means motherfucker got help the other way. So he's trying to funnel you to his help. So if you see the linebacker inside you, 9 times out of 10, you know there's a corner out there waiting to knock your ass out. So if you running the out route, push your ass inside at the linebacker. So when you tight turn, we call this the roll drill. When you tight turn, you don't roll into a fucking headache. You feel me? Same thing as far as if the linebacker's pressed outside you want to run an in-breaking route, right? And he's over top of you on the slot. Press him out to get him to wide. Same if you run in the seam, press him out, get him to wide, so you can stay vertical right between there, because you know there's another linebacker or a rolled down safety on the inside, or there's a safety that's rolled up in the middle of the field that's trying to help. Hence, why he's outside playing you in. So I always look at my near triangle.
That was dope. Now y'all see why we talk about coverage so similarly, and you see why. There's the man, the myth, the legend right there talking about exactly how I talk to you all about it every fucking day.
That's the thing. Sometimes I don't tell motherfuckers about how I see shit, what I do, whatever the case may be. But sometimes I give y'all food for thought, give y'all a gem. Anything he talk about, we talk about.
Facts. What else I got for
What you think about that line?
What I think about the line? I don't think much. When you thinking, you dead. That's why you work on your fundamentals all the time. The way I look at it is what direction I'm trying to go. So wherever I'm trying to go, I know where I'm trying to go. He don't know where I'm trying to go. So wherever I'm trying to go that's 9 times out of 10, that's the leg I move. And then if he jumps that, I react. So if I'm going right, I move my right leg first. Hence why I hit him with the hard jab in, back out to go in, right? If I'm going out, I hit him with a hard jab out to think I'm going back in and then back in. You feel me? But so say if I'm going in my right leg and I move this and he don't go, I'm out. Let's say I move my left leg and he don't go, I'm out. You know what I'm saying? So it's all counter. My first initial step is like I'm gone until he reacts.
Have a plan and a counter plan.
Facts.
I don't think you should think at the line.
There's no thinking. Because I am wise as fuck, JP. I just don't talk a lot.
JP from Brazil.
Is he?
Yeah.
All right, JP. That's what's up, man.
My boy. Nah, that's the other boy. But the boy Japa, the Brazilian Player of the Year, is on this chat. Bro.
Word?
Fire, bro.
Japa fire?
JP out here, too.
That's
Fucking
what's up.
fire. What else y'all got in here?
What up, Manny? It's just lit.
Yeah, so it's a little VIP boy. It's the family right here.
That's what's up. Yeah, drop it. Just make sure you stay in your near triangle. Just know wherever they playing, that's where their help is. They're not going to play you where their help is not. Because boom, that's a touchdown waiting to happen.
Japa was talking about how do you not he's an overthinker. Overthinks shit, gets in his own head and shit.
Don't think. It's nothing about thinking. You put in all the time in the work. It's all about preparation, time work. Be detailed in what you do in your work. Be intentional. Like we don't waste any reps, any time. Like anything I do is intentional. Whether I'm catching or I'm running or I'm standing or I'm placement or I'm holding or I'm balancing, everything's intentional. Because when you out there, and I gotta tell this analogy, a lot of people like, you only got a brief, time window, but you're doing all this training, all this preparation, and things like that for that brief moment. So whenever you are, for instance, like training, right? Like when I train as far as like when I'm like if I'm holding position, I think about what part of the game am I holding this position, or where will I like this instant happen. So whenever it's happened to me before, if I'm running, if I'm catching the ball, boom, I think about I just ran a slant. Or if I just did this. Or if I'm holding this, he's on me, and I'm pushing off this leg. Everything is intentional. So when that moment comes and that opportunity meets itself, you don't have to think. You're already like, I remember this, because in my mind, I prepared my mind to be able to react or do the movement, do the hold, or whatever the movement you're trying to get done, the accomplish you're trying to get done. My body's already had some type of memory. That's why when I work out, I play catch. You know what I'm saying? I hate jugs machines, but besides like the new one I got, like that one moves it all over the place. That's why I like that machine. But I play catch because at the end of the day, a quarterback will not hit the same spot over and over. I don't give a fuck who the fuck you are. He will not hit the same spot over and over. So I practice catching all different types of passes, whether it's a duck or whether it's whatever the case may be. Catch the bitch. A catch is a catch is a catch. You're training your eyes, not your hands, because you have to be able to track and move wherever the ball goes. So be intentional with what the fuck you do.
How do you work on releases? Do you work on a few at a time or just work on one at a time?
I work on the basics, and the thing is like releases is your creativity, right? So like I said, I just work on those basic steps and moving. Now I'm gonna give y'all a gem that I actually came up with the other day, right? To help, like, for a lot of people that don't know how to use their body and how to work release, right? So the way I say is this is how I teach like somebody how to use their insteps and use their double up. So first you get a little base, right? Side to side, you start rocking side to side, and you start rocking side to side. Once you start rocking side to side, you start feeling on your insteps. Start feeling your instep, start rocking side to side, start feeling your instep. Then you start picking your legs up one at a time. And then you start breaking it down. Going to, okay, stick down, stick down, stick down, stick down. And it all stems from here, all in the hips, because you got to be able to move somebody. You got to be able to move them. It's all in your hips and in the instep. So you should feel your weight and your muscle should be plump. Your point of your force should be from the instep of your foot all the way in your inner thigh on each step. So the instep, that's where all the pressure is. So you start here, side to side rocking, then you get a little bend. Side to side rocking, and that should help you to move, boom, 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 boom. And it's all in the hips, boom, boom, boom. Hips, insteps, hips. And it's just basic. Because a lot of people struggle. A lot of people go like this. No. Here, instep. A lot of your shit's out. You know how kids be like, hey, it's the same shit. You know, that shit, they're moving in your hips. It's the same shit. All them funky ass, the same shit. All in the fucking hips.
That's fire, yo. You hit him with the fire. That was good, yo. I've actually never done that little.
I know.
That shit.
I had to teach. Who I had to teach like that? Can y'all drink that?
Oh, for real?
We was doing the. What was that? What's his name? He was doing the drill. We was doing the drill. He was just like, boom, boom. I'm like, nah. Get here on me. Get here. You're on instep. And once I told him be on your insteps,
that helped him.
This part, he's like, bro, I never understood that. This part of your foot. Instep. It should be straight, instep. That's how you push off. That's how you decel, instep. Right in here.
That shit. Man, I hope y'all listen now, because all the same shit come out of my mouth, come out of his mouth. And now you know why he's so great. How do you easily recover your mind or thoughts after a drop pass?
What are you talking about? After what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Simple as that.
Simple as that, boy. Simple as that. On that note, I'm going to leave y'all with that.
Nah, I'm going to talk to them about the whole mindset of fucking short-term memory, right? The way I explain this, right, is like your emotions, right? Your emotions can be good and it can be bad, right? It can help fuel you, it can fucking just knock your mind into a totally different place where it just fucks you up, right? So why would you spend your time thinking about something that's already done? You can't do shit about it. Let me see that hard. Oh shit, I just dropped that ball. Fuck, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Bitch, I can't do shit about it. Catch the next one. Just catch the next one. Like, catch the next one. Because there's gonna be more coming to you. Obviously, because you are out there for a reason. Catch the next one. It's that simple. People lose themselves just because you made one mistake. Oh, that's good. That means you're fucking human. Like, of course you want people want people to be perfect, catch every ball, make every play. And I mean, that's what it is. Of course, that's why we play the game, to make every play, catch the ball, make all the plays. But it's not gonna happen. It's just not gonna happen. All you have to do is forget what the fuck happened. Why would you spend your time dwelling on something that's already happened? Knowing that an hour later, 2 hours later, 3 hours later, a week later, a month later, a year later, 2 years later, you think you're gonna remember that fucking drop pass? I ain't gonna give a fuck about that drop pass. Like, come on, bro. Really? We know you weren't out there intentionally like, yo, throw me this rock, son. I'm gonna go out there. I'm gonna drop the fuck out of it when it counts. I break. Nobody gives a damn. Like, niggas know you trying. Bro, niggas know you trying, bro.
You got a minute and a half.
I got a minute and a half?
Yeah, that's you.
Dang. All right, so what else y'all want to talk about? You can't unspill milk, JP. You damn right. Clean the shit up and go get some more milk. JP, you damn right. I'm telling you, it's simple, but a lot of people just get that misconception. And one thing, I don't give a fuck about what nobody thinks. Nobody. Don't give a fuck about what I think. I don't give a fuck what he thinks. I don't give a fuck what he thinks. You know, I know what I think. I do care about what he thinks, but I don't give a fuck. There's a difference. I do care about what he thinks, but I don't give a fuck. Think about that, right? I care because he's my boy, but I don't give a fuck because I have my own pretense in my mind of what I want to be, how I see myself, where I see my... You know what I'm saying? Like, he may see something, but just because he sees it doesn't mean I see it. I have to be the one to see it. You feel me? You have to find it within yourself to know what the fuck you... My bad, I got 14 seconds. Nah, y'all can't listen to me talk for hours. I'll give y'all a little bean talk. 6 seconds, 5. I'm gonna holler at y'all soon, though. You know, this is a rare occurrence, but y'all be easy bean.